Chào mừng mọi người quay trở lại với Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Chúng ta vừa mới hoàn thành xong phần điều tra của cái chết của Chihiro Fujisaki. Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đến với cái phần tiếp theo, đó chính là phần phiên tòa lớp học lần thứ 2 của game. Và chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu thôi nào, không chần chờ gì nữa. Tất cả mọi người để đâu? So is everyone ready to? What? Am I blind? Are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Oh. Toko is. You don't remember?
Come on!
I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? What? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Just like you said, 2 minutes late. He reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Toko không có ở đây. Oh. I told him I didn't want to. He forced me. I can't leave you and drag a girl around. Terrible, you are terrible. Huh. Now everyone's here, right? Okay, then hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys out there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki là ai? Ai đã giết waifu của mình? Who the fuck, bitch? Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. No one had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. You ready? We're doing this? Wait, well, I'll uncover the villain who performed such heinous crime, such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but
Count on it.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? Lại bro này đó, nó là món đồ rồi.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin?
Oh, very
Miss
sad.
Fujisaki, I must admit, for being greedy, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of greedy makes me cringe.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Gì nữa? There's something odd about Toko's behavior. Tất nhiên là Toko đang hành xử khá là kỳ lạ. I do not think that mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. Okay, you plenty of work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Trong lần này mình đã trong lần điều tra lần này mình đã kết hợp với lại Byakuya để điều tra về vụ việc.
It's true.
Đây là có nói chung là gần 70% mình điều tra cùng với Byakuya, còn lại là của mình. Lần này mình sẽ cố gắng chứng minh điều đó, chứng minh những gì mình đã thấy được. Yes. There's a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Tốt rồi. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sound deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however. It continued to descend without hesitation, until finally it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Trang trí lại sao? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Biết tiếng nhạc có to quá không ta? Chắc nghĩ cái này sẽ ổn hơn. Như thế này cũng bình thường mà phải không? Mình nghĩ cái nhạc hơi to chút thôi nhưng mà vẫn ổn, các bạn vẫn có thể nghe thấy tiếng của mình nên không sao. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're raring to go. Can't say I don't hate it. Right on. Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills,
Everyone,
chills,
please find your
thrills.
assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, deadly riddle, deadly defense, deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Bắt đầu thôi nào. Ok, trước tiên mình sẽ chắc là set up mấy cái skill mà đã có ở đây. Rồi. Và melodious voice. Push down to your opponent when same and destroy effective during bullet time battle. Cái này là cái gì? Increase the speed of memorizing. Stop debate cũng hay. Hình như đấy, đó là hai thứ duy nhất mình có. Và bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu luôn.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
từ từ, xem nữa. Cái tiếng có to không? Ok, ổn.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Tôi đã biết cái điều cơ bản này rồi.
So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Hung khí gây án. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Ok. Để xem nào. Genocide Jack, case file, Larry Deslam, locker room dumbbell. Đó là cái này đó.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Là cái gì hả?
It was an iron pipe.
Sai.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Cái nhạc hơi to quá cho nên là cái nhạc hơi to hơn cái tiếng ấy, hơi to hơn giọng của tụi kia. Ok.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Vậy. Kyoko nhìn vào cái vết thương ở trên đầu của Chihiro và coi như có thể nhận ra được là coi như cái vết thương đó nhìn khá giống có một cái lõm sẽ khá giống như cái dumbbell, giống như quả tạ. Có vẻ khá là kinh điển chứ.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Oh, real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Kẻ giết người chính là Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? New element was that? Oh. Xem nữa nào. White noise. Group bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as an obstacle in your debate. There's a way to keep this white noise from getting your way. right mouse button to attach the silencer. Okay. You shoot an actual mark where you silencer instead of the white noise. Time limit will increase, take careful. Okay. Oh, but your action is set to gentle. White noise won't appear on. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck, have fun. Okay. There's có white noise xung quanh này. Chắc là Genocide Jack case file rồi.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Cái này có nhá. Ở ngay đây nè.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Yes, sir.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust? Khác vũ? Wow!
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. Where the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Cái mà mọi người không biết ở đây, hoàn toàn mọi người không biết ở đây là cái cách mà coi như cái cách mà cái xác được
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
No fucking
You're
way.
saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh, nói thẳng luôn à, là Toko à?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Wow. Với lại đây là cái nhạc ở bên Danganronpa 2 nha. Nếu như các bạn không thích cái nhạc này mình có thể bỏ qua, bởi vì mình thích cái nhạc này quá nên mình bỏ vào ở cái đoạn này của chúng ta lớp học.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Wow.
Another riddle. Man.
Toko có phải là Genocide Jack hay không? Câu trả lời là có và không. Doesn't seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about to see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Thì tất nhiên là có, nói chung là có một cái split personality ấy, có một cái nhân cách khác ấy, kiểu thế. Này sao ta? Schizo. Chắc là schizo thì phải. Chữ C đâu? Ok, đúng là schizo rồi. Schizophrenia, kiểu thế. Yeah.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's
Fine,
strange
yeah.
behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Hi. Yeah. Oh, is that body? Are you there? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and back, and a top inning and a top bottom. See a truth in a web of lies. It's quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Wow.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive up the killer, to drive up the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
How could you tell?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Hôm nay đó là bí mật của Toko.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Biết ngay là Yakuza biết gì đó về chuyện này mà.
What?
Còn giấu gì?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Whoa.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control over again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Really?
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried! I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Whoa.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Không muốn nghe về sự thật lắm à? Muốn nghe thẳng về người đó luôn à? Muốn nghe về Genocide Jack? Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second,
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Damn, genocide Jill.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality.
Wow.
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Yes.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Đừng có hỏi câu gì ngu nha.
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Damn.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Nhân vật Toko là bắt đầu làm cho tất cả mọi người nghĩ sai về nó một chút và coi như bắt đầu cảm thấy thích thú với cái nhân vật này
So
hơn.
she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Khá thú vị.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
What?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Genocide Jack không phải là kẻ giết người.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Damn. Mà tôi đang suy nghĩ gì thế? Có thể cô ấy có thể đang đúng, nhưng mà something so boring me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all this. Okay. With your argument. Mình nghĩ là cái giữa status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
Alibi?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Ok, chắc là của
Sorry, but I didn't
là
kill
nói
You say
của
that, but do you really expect
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of us to...
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Give it up.
Chai mất rồi.
You killed her.
Sorry, but
You say that, but
perhaps if you had an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
Yeah,
the
lie
modus
down.
operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong, bitch. Sai rồi của em.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
I think there's a slight difference between the genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Damn.
I
Thích dầu
murder
sai
with
Jack lại.
passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a
Cũng phải có
fancy
một cái
Italian
chuyên nghiệp của nó.
restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
What the
This
fuck?
is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murder. Style. Oh shit. How so? I mean, it's not like the technique is gonna be just exactly the same.
Shoot!
What the fuck? Không phải à? Từ. Victim's fatal injury. Như cái đó phải liên quan tới việc đáng lẽ mình chọn cái này chứ má ngu thế.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Bởi vì
In the genocide Jack murders,
giết bằng một cái dumbbell
all the
một cái quả
victims
tạ
were
mà.
killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with...
Bình tĩnh hơn.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Nói gì
Could
thế?
you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended.
I got it!
Cái này.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Đúng rồi, đây là cái dây điện, không phải cái kéo.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangements!
Tự kéo tự tạo bản thân.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac. Big Mac.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Không phải thằng bên cạnh mình à? What the fuck,
Listen
bro?
up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Little lolly girl. Cái lolly. There was a pattern surrounding the genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. I think I figured it out. I know why you couldn't help kill Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a lover.
I got it!
Chihiro was a friend.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
32 tuổi, 17 tuổi, 23 tuổi, 14, 30. Sonata Taro, Fumiko no Uchida, Naohida, Takashi, Masamue, Yuto, Yumejima.
They were all Guys?
Yeah.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The fuck?
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh. Holy shit.
She's fully equipped.
Damn, bro.
That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you? Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Okay, bro.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person. One person could have helped with the genocide Jack cases. Nói về Byakuya rồi. No, really?
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Không lẽ lúc trước khi còn con Chihiro bị giết là coi như thằng Byakuya sau đó thấy xác của con Chihiro và sau đó treo như thế, sau đó treo cái xác của con Chihiro lên như thế để mà có thể là tạo ra một cái chứng cứ mạnh mẽ là con Genocide Jack giết con Chihiro. Mà thật ra thì coi như thằng này chỉ tạo thêm một phần động cơ để cho thằng giết người thực sự thoát ra khỏi đây. Bởi vì cái dây điện để dùng cho cái dây điện dài để dùng cho việc treo con Chihiro lên thì hắn ở ngay trong cái chỗ phòng phòng thư viện, và cái thằng duy nhất dùng cái dây điện dài đó là chỉ có Byakuya thôi, và thằng này tạo ra một cái chứng cứ giả để mà có thể buộc tội con Genocide Jack, dù con Genocide Jack thực sự không làm thế, không giết Chihiro. Wow.
The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
What the fuck?
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Chắc là ngay cái lúc Byakuya đột nhiên tìm thấy cái xác cùng của mình luôn. Nhưng mà không biết cái chỗ xảy ra.
Looking back and thinking about it now, The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
The locker rooms. Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Mình đang định vô trong boy locker room chứ luôn ấy.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Okay. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I can make it clear to everyone. New element. Cái gì đây? Next we're going to add something called truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. You see that? To a lie or contradiction. You don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets. It might be wise to memorize different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your keywords, won't you? In this case, though, I will say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be repeating anything. But then good luck, have fun.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
You're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room.
What?
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
What?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Oh, don't worry.
No, it's wrong! I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Okay.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. Got in a corner, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible, is hidden in there. What could it be? Đây là cái dây rồi, dây điện rồi.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Okay.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Is it really a
Then
rope?
there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
You fucking bitch!
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Ah, mày. Ok. Lại nè.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and they use those same. But Chihiro, it was some kind of.
That's right!
Then there must be something very.
Hey, Byakuya.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord.
Yeah,
I
I heard
can't
Byakuya.
imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally cornered. Unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Well, wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
What the fuck?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Có gì sao Makoto?
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
Thật sự đó là chuyện đã xảy ra.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Khoan. What was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya's remark just now. There's something in there that concerns me. Scene of the crime?
I got it!
Doing what?
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
The fuck, Byakuya, bình tĩnh nào.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Ooh, the rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all that.
Okay.
I believe I do.
Time to back it up with a statement. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto.
Okay.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. I need to just focus those things that caused switch. Chắc là cái này rồi.
I got it! The proof that she was killed
poster
somewhere
được thay
else
đổi.
is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Khoan, bình tĩnh để em giải thích.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers are totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Không, hắn có thể rất là liên quan chứ. Có thể ở trong phòng của con trai là bởi vì tất cả của con trai đây đều bị gái.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It's not that this stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Okay.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Tầm bài là bố mình nắm chết mẹ mày đó.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Sao? Is he right? Can Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Là cái giữa này.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
What?
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get to the boys' locker room. But that's if she was able to use it.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer. I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't... She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
What?
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Damn.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like
Trai?
there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Yo, what? Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else to do.
Hold on a second.
Đấy rồi, cuối cùng Chihiro khô cục giúp.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Really?
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Oh, nghĩ là lao gì
Now
á?
then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Class recess, nghĩ là lao giữa phiên tòa. So before I even knew that was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Want to check again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Cả cơ thể.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Oh, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Put her hands together and breathe prayer. Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Huh? Whoa.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lightless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Oh shit! What? No! What do you mean, bro?
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting.
What?
Thank you for confirming this fact.
Waifu của mình.
What?
You're joking, right?
What?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Oh shit.
Chihiro was a guy?
Chihiro là của con gái.
You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
What?
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Whoa, what?
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Mọi thứ càng Thứ càng trái hơn rồi nhưng mà fuck. No, waifu của mình. Nó có cuồng mấy bạn ơi. Nhưng mà sướng vai liền, nghe là thấy sướng quá mấy bạn ơi. Sướng là được. Trai gái không quan trọng, hiểu không? Miễn sướng là được thôi.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Wow.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Và Chihiro muốn. Và đó cũng là cái lý do vì sao mà Chihiro hay nói là coi như mình phải cần trở nên mạnh mẽ hơn. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is a most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Wow.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Còn ông nhà cháu cha thì tất nhiên là sẽ không thể yêu bới như một thằng gay được.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Okay.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Ok, vậy tiếp tục thôi.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? It's one thing we can be sure that we all know. We know about the killer.
I got it!
Nó là con trai, là con trai. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, we would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer wouldn't have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Có gì nào? Mình nghĩ Celeste account đấy.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
Then?
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
Not game over. Not only do we have no info on the killer, but nobody even saw the victim before he died. But is that actually true?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing. Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind
It's over! It's all...
You want to know who saw
the killer!
No, it's wrong!
Okay.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Nhưng Chihiro về fuck. Nó là con trai các bạn à. Nhưng mà vẫn sướng vãi cho nên là mình vẫn sẽ chơi. Vẫn sẽ quất. Yeah, win smash. Trai gái không quan trọng. Quan trọng là sướng.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Ooh.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Okay.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Ooh.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Chắc là Celeste account tiếp.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Whoa.
No, that's wrong.
Cái này nhỉ?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
We saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he had it off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Nó biết không màu xanh dương.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Ooh.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was...
Mondo ở đây làm gì hả?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Dạ, mở miệng ra là ngu rồi.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Anh em đang che chở nhau
No,
sao?
that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Để sợ những cái lưỡi.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into a bag and hurried. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Wow.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. When he was acting. Oh.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Nói gì đi Mondo?
I didn't kill anyone!
Wow!
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out
How
of
he talking
leads.
mà how he act, man.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Cứ gì đây?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all
Nói
that
cha đi.
relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Cái gì đây? Của ai đây? It's mine. Đây là của Chihiro rồi.
My God! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Cái handbook này có một cái nhược điểm nhưng mà chưa rõ là cái nhược điểm như thế nào.
Did the handbooks get broken?
The handbook break is one possible explanation. Getting its weak point.
God! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Yeah, man.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Mondo mang full đồ vào trong sông hơi tối hôm qua để đấu tại đôi giữa hai người đàn ông với Taka, và thằng này cũng đã quên mất là thằng này có vẻ như đã mang theo cái e-handbook của hắn, nên là hiểu.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Yeah, Taka đã nhận ra rồi. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Really? It could have been only been one person.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Okay.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
Yeah.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Wow, như thế này.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
You don't really believe Mondo might have actually killed someone. Found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Nghĩa là cái này.
Let's test if what he said
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves that what Makoto said is...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Cái này đó.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto if what he says is correct.
Của
Then
Chihiro là
Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh,
No, that's wrong.
đúng rồi. Let's go. Mất hơi lâu một chút nhưng mà
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
oh.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong!
Toàn anh em rảnh
You
hết.
have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Nhưng mà mình giết Chihiro, husband của ta.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Ok. Tới lúc rồi. Ok, để xem nào. Cái này là cái này. Gì Chihiro vậy? Rằng cái này còn ở đây. The fuck? Yo. Chết rồi sao? Cho như thế này. Cái này liên quan gì? như vậy không ta? Có vẻ hơi lủng củng một chút. Thiếu cái gì nhỉ? Từ xem quanh ra. Ở đây.
The killer is
chắc là như thế này.
you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Đẹp vậy.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh shit, what? Chỗ này bị sai à? Shit. Sao ta từ từ.
Here's exactly what happened.
Đúng không ta?
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim, who was a...
Oh, đúng rồi. Ok.
Simple. because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Damn.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Dead.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
What the fuck? Cái này bị sai à? Cái này gì? Không phải. Còn cái gì khác có thể dùng được ở đây nữa?
Here's exactly what happened.
Cái này có liên quan hơn nữa.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Damn.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Tôi muốn bằng chứng. Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself early in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his and everything will become clear. Bullet time battle. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Pivot time will activate, and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse button, left mouse button, right mouse button, how you want to resolve the opponent and so on. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time, okay? You got, of course it wouldn't be fair to you if only you got access to special time, right? There will also be something called nega time that your opponent can use. Activates nega time during the both time battle. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the button in rhythm, okay? No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Well then, good luck and have fun. Mình đang ở chế độ mean rồi nên mình sẽ gặp hắn. Ok. Taka bảo vệ anh
Show
em
me
à.
some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Final strike.
Show me some evidence.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
This should prove it.
Nope. Ở ngay đây, bitch.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Sao thế?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Nhận rồi sao? Wow. Hết vì mình giỏi vãi lèo.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Wow.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wow.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
Mondo sao?
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Damn. Mondo.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Wada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Shiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone. Xin lỗi anh trai nhưng mà sự thật đắn đo.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the shift key to fast forward to the text. Nói này rồi mấy người kia sao? Em xin nói là có gì? Ê, mà cô ma đã nói cái gì gay gay thế? Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. "You're so weak, even though you're a boy." He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. But now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. Ai cũng nghĩ là một con trai thì sao mà mày yếu ớt thế, yếu ớt rồi kiểu thế, cho nên là thay vì cố gắng chống lại nó thì coi như Chihiro lại đi ngược lại, đi sâu vào cái nhược điểm đó của mình hơn và trở thành một cô gái nhỏ nhắn xinh xẻo và cực kỳ ngại ngùng các kiểu. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then, the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it wouldn't be the end. The hardened shell wouldn't crack, the armor wouldn't fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma. Dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Oh,
that's right.
that's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to
Yeah, that's right.
was me. And Mondo. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided with Mondo, his honor would make him keep secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Wow. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? What he did? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what that's exactly what I meant. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep it secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Shiro's secret by putting him into the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Shiro, who he also killed? Why would he do that? The more you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So what did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
That's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. Với một commando.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Impossible. How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? Oh. Giết anh trai ruột của mình. Wow. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of this starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? Damn, Mondo. All that would do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time, no matter what, I gotta.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. At the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Crazy Diamond. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, nó thực sự không phải là nó một phần lớn đúng là lỗi của Mondo thiệt, nhưng mà nó không có ý đó, không có phải là giết người thật. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Và đó chính là lời hứa giữa hai người đàn ông mà Mondo hay nói về anh trai của hắn. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who's bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that couldn't die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma to announce the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on the secret. Nếu như Mondo mình giải thích chuyện này rõ ra, không để cho Monokuma giải thích chuyện này rõ ra, bởi vì cái bí mật của hắn thì coi như ai cũng sẽ hiểu rằng là coi như thật sự thì coi như không phải là hoàn toàn 100% là lỗi của Mondo. Ít nhất thì Mondo không phải có ý là coi như có sát khí để giết anh hắn ấy. Mondo killed his own older brother. Thì cái câu này nghe giống như là một cái câu là coi như Mondo xuống tay với lại anh của mình. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother have worked to create would have been destroyed. It's death. All the guilt I'd be carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled with kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I've never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Shiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because I mean, you've kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
Huh? I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. Oh, I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You saying I should just say it?
What?
You saying if I really...
What?
If I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous, not a gangtei. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And the jealousy broke me. Damn.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Well, was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Oh.
Damn you!
Tell me all that. Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you. Và sau đó cầm cái cục tạ lên mặt Mon.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, who is normally so aggressive, so angry, he hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his. Oh, a weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him. You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past. For a memory. For that, you kill another living human in cold blood. You couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Hope này nè, mình là hope nè. Makoto Neigi. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishment is mình không đọc được. Because the time for punishing is fast approaching. For punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Wada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh no. I say, wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
From one man to another. Game over. Mondo. Mondo có tội. Tới lúc nhận phạt rồi. Cái gì đây? Cái này sẽ liên quan tới cái tài năng của hắn. Lái xe nhỉ? What the fuck? Cái mé gì đây? Rồi cái tóc đó là cái quả tóc đó là sao hả? Monokuma thành gai này. Có hơi xúc phạm với Mondo quá nha. The Cage of Death. Cái lồng chết chóc. Wow. Wow. Mondo Butter. Bơ Mondo. Ga bị biến thành một bơ rồi. What the fuck? Cái đéo gì thế này? Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. What to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Damn. Holy shit. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What disappointment. This is the end of the game. What the fuck, Byakuya?
What is this?
Really insane, you know what? You know that a game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Will you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it makes things more interesting. Tất nhiên là chỉ làm mọi thứ thú vị hơn, cho nên là hắn đi sửa vài chỗ. His voice was calm and motionless, but the voice of death, it chilled me. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girl's locker room. After he had gone, I looked inside. I saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. Wow. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? But obviously I would have revealed them too before it reached that point. Of course, the Yakuza turned to look me in the eye. What the fuck? And that was out. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Yo, chill! Thanks to a certain remarkable someone never dead, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become Kraken, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. mình trở thành cái người mà coi như tất cả những thằng mà định giết người sau đó phải để ý sao? What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You'd
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? Cái câu hỏi của tôi là why? Tại sao? Do you like them? You know, this punishment is this despair. This despair. It's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. What? You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. Damn. What do you mean, bitch?
Huh?
Me?
What the heck?
Me.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as a victim, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I don't think this is the start. This is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, bitch. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
Of Togami family. For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mouth for you. Xin lỗi Byakuya, nhưng mà cái vai trò đó là của Makoto Naegi của tao đây. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Timber. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Cười với một thằng gay mà bố mày để một tầm. Monokuma slapped it. Peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, felt like it amounted to nothing at all. Tất cả mọi người lại rơi vào tuyệt vọng rồi. Hy vọng đâu? Hy vọng đâu? Chúa của hy vọng. It was the worst kind of despair. Ai đây?
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Gì đây?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
What?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
What?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16 high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
Wow. Học sinh số 16 thật sự tồn tại. Thì trong này chỉ có 15 học sinh chứ mấy. Lại là đang nói về cái cuộc trò chơi giết người lần này mà của Makoto Naegi có trong đó. Còn là coi là một cuộc giết người của lần trước và cũng chỉ có 15 người. Không biết là nói về cái này hay là của kia nữa.
And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Quá là nhiều bí ẩn. Boy's Life of Despair. Xong. Chapter 2. Vậy là 2 người đã chết, chỉ còn lại 10 người sống sót, 10 học sinh nữa. Crazy Diamond. Crazy Diamond. Ô khoan, bây giờ mình mới để ý. Khoan. Không lẽ từ đó giờ thằng Mondo là của thằng Mondo. Thằng Mondo là một cái nhân vật cái nhân vật giống trong cái JoJo phần 4 Crazy Diamond à. Bởi vì trong đó cái thằng Josuke cũng có cái quả tóc nhìn cũng bự như thế, và coi như hắn rất là quan tâm tới cái tóc của hắn. Và cái tên là đây Crazy Diamond. Wow. Nhưng mà hồi đó JoJo ra rồi sao? JoJo phần 4 ra rồi. Mình tưởng là sau đó chứ. Hay là sao ta? Hay là cái game này ra từ sau một chút nữa. Mình không nhớ rõ. Nhưng mà có thể cái nhân vật thằng Mondo này là nó dựa trên thằng JoJo phần 4, JoJo Bizarre Adventure phần 4. Josuke. Và cái stand của hắn cũng tên là Crazy Diamond thì phải. Wow. Thực sự một sự thật nổ não. Nói chung hai cái đó có liên quan với nhau thôi chứ mình cũng không nghĩ là nó hai cái đó có liên kết, do là cũng giống nhau thôi. Nhưng mà mình cũng nghĩ là coi như cái game này cũng có thể lấy một nguồn cảm hứng từ Crazy Diamond, mình nghĩ là thế. Chắc vậy. Đúng ta. Hoặc là cái anime kia lấy nguồn cảm hứng từ đấy, cũng đúng lắm. Mà game này ra từ hồi lúc nào ta? Cũng không nhớ rõ luôn. Mình sẽ dừng video tại đây. Nếu các bạn thích video này thì một like, một share và một subscribe cho kênh và video của mình để mình có thể là có động lực để làm những video hay hơn như thế này. Video này tất nhiên là cũng đã dài rồi, như các bạn thấy đã là 2 tiếng rồi đây. Video dài nhất trong tất cả các tập của Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc tới hiện tại. Mình sẽ gặp các bạn ở video lần sau. Wow, một một phiên tòa xét xử, một phiên tòa lớp xét xử kinh điển nữa. Lần này thì tất nhiên là nó khó hơn lần trước nhiều rồi. Và mình là mình khá là hứng phấn đấy chứ. Nhưng mà mình sẽ dừng video này tại đây. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi video này một lần nữa. Đây là Boy. Và hẹn gặp lại mọi người ở video lần sau. Wow. Wow. Chihiro là con gái mấy bạn ạ, là con trai mấy bạn ạ. Tất nhiên mình biết về đó rồi nhưng mà mình vẫn thích Chihiro là con gái hơn cơ. Nhưng mà như mình nói, trai gái không quan trọng là sướng được rồi.